Unmuted. Camp Briteside live here tonight. The Eagle Nation Coaches Show a little bit earlier. We've got some sun to enjoy. I thought it would be a little bit warmer. It's not in the shade. It's a little bit cooler. I see a blanket there, so I almost wore my hoodie, and I changed my mind and wish I would have brought my Camp Briteside hoodie thanks to Miss Strip Matter, but I did not bring it. We're joined live. Coach Jordan Vieira joins us to start this week. Dave England with us. Man, I tell you what, a fun night last night at Eagle Field, a 9-2 win over Eastview, and just from the broadcast side of it, to be able to jump on and attack a team when they throw their best pitcher always seems to bode well. And now on a four-game win streak over Eastview, 21-2 lifetime against the Patriots, but a big convincing win last night to stay undefeated in the district. Coach, congrats on the win, and talk about that win. A little bit slow going. Asher Kirchhoff, a good pitcher.
Yeah.
But then we get to that bullpen, and Georgetown jumped all over all of the relievers for the Patriots last night and get the big win.
Yeah, we knew that we were going to have our hands full with Kirchhoff being able to attack early and being able to fill up the zone with the stuff that he has. And our guys were able to adjust very quickly, able to make him be in the strike zone. And when he was in the strike zone, being able to barrel baseballs as necessary. We were able to get some guys on, create a little chaos with a little bit of running. And then we get the timely hit to break it open early. Then, offensively, we kind of hit a little bit of a greedy spell for an inning and a half, 2 innings where we were trying to chase some stuff and trying to force the issue a little bit. But ultimately, guys settled back in, able to make him be inside the strike zone and able to get in the bullpen and ultimately make it happen and score some runs. We were able to get a great start from Tillman Brown, able to come in and do a great job and then pass the ball to Zeke. Ezekiel Hernandez to be able to bridge the gap and then ultimately pass the ball to Groomsy at the end there to have him slam the door shut. So, it was almost a complete baseball game aside from a couple of miscues defensively. Guys played really well last night and did a great job.
Talking about hitting the ball and running the bases. Sliding around the bases seemed to be a little difficult at second base last night. We had an Army crawl displayed by Cooper Thomas and then a partial scorpion by David Fluitt. It seems like the rubber didn't smooth out for us at second base. Working on sliding this week before we get to tomorrow night's game?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it happens and get a little excited a little early. And, I've never seen somebody's eyes so big from so far away, but it was a fun moment. It was fun to see somebody smile that typically doesn't crack a smile as big as that very often.
It was a fun one last night. We talked about it. You said a good start from Tillman Brown. You have so many arms in this team, people you could go to, the expected, rotation that you tend to get into through later in the season as you prep for the playoffs. And we see early in the season, David Fluitt, Braden Curtin, Hagen Tate, and all of a sudden to throw in Tillman Brown and then get a start like that. How big is that to continue to keep fresh arms through the season when you could go to 4 or 5 different starters on the mound and go to relievers like Ezekiel Hernandez last night, Groomsy to shut it down in the final inning, and save some of those arms that they're not pitching every week. They have an opportunity to have a couple games off.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have. It's a good problem to try and juggle of the amount of arms that we've been able to develop for the past few years. One thing that Coach Payne said whenever he first took over was, as the pitching guy was, every kid just about that comes in as a freshman is going to pitch. And we're going to continue to develop those guys throughout the course of it. And, now that we're in his fifth year, we're really starting to see the fruits of that labor and what that looks like. And it's been really cool to watch our guys continue to develop pitching-wise and to be able to continue to have those arms and continue to develop and continue to grow. And we're seeing what that looks like now with being able to throw out new guys on a regular basis. I think you look at the total list of arms that we have, it's in the neighborhood of like 15 guys that we can throw out there to be able to fill up the strike zone and be able to get after it. And so it's a good problem to have for sure and makes it enjoyable.
So Georgetown over the years has always had really smart players, but the last couple of games that I've seen, they've really taken advantage of any little mistake that the opponent makes. Is that just the headsiness? Is it coaching? Is it just they've been doing it so long? What is that makes that? You can't make a mistake on any Georgetown team, but particularly this one, it seems like they really take advantage, and they seem to see everything almost before it happens.
I think it's a combination of a couple of things. I think, number one, baseball-wise, we're really fortunate to have a coaching staff that thinks about the game at a high level. and understands the game at a high level, but more importantly is able to make that information readily available to the guys, to the players to be able to teach that information. And then it's a huge credit to the players to be able to process that information, then to be able to apply that information and be able to make it happen fast. And so for our guys to be able to apply that information, I guess, is the most important part. And our guys have done a really good job of being able to apply the information that we're able to provide, and make real-time, game-time decisions of what that looks like. One thing that we try and spend a lot of time doing is providing as much possible baseball information as we can to the guys, so that hopefully when it does happen, and the game of baseball is one of those things where you may only have one situation pop up 1, 2, 3 times a year, but when it does, it's typically going to strike at a pretty important time. So it's really good to see those guys continue to figure those things out.
Let's go back to Saturday. A trip to Marble Falls on Saturday, a 13-3 win in 5 innings there. A late added game after the cancellation of that tournament. How big is a win like that to go on the road, even against a team like Marble Falls? A 4A school not too long ago was in our district.
Yeah.
And we played them, especially back in 2022. We got behind 5-1 there at Marble Falls in that run to the state title. And how big of a win was that? And an opportunity to put some players in and see different people on the field, get some playing time, and get some guys rested. How big of a win was that, and how big are those Saturday games to continue prepping? Yeah,
Saturdays are crucial. Over the years we've talked about this quite a bit of, really good teams are able to win on Saturdays. As the season progresses, especially as we get into the playoffs, Saturdays are must-win games. If you're playing on a Saturday, it means that it's put up or shut up time, and it's either win or go home. Season ends, or you get to play for another week. So for our guys to show up and against the quality Marble Falls team, a group of guys that are up and coming for sure. They're really young. Coach Porter does a great job over there with those guys, and so for our guys to be able to step up and get a big win on a Saturday is important.
Get to travel too, load up on the bus, do that routine.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a playoff type of scenario too.
And that was what we were talking about. Like we played a late game Friday night, got home late Friday night, had to get up early Saturday, had to hop on a yellow dog and still be able to go travel almost an hour and a half to go play, and still have to be off our routine a touch without hitting BP on the field, and have to get work done in the cages to be able to take IO, and just the whole process, the whole routine of what a Saturday could possibly look like is it's important to get to dry run a little bit, and then find a way to get the win.
Let's kick Coach off of here. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. It'll be our freshman player of the week. It's Jack Jenkins that'll join us next live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, live from Camp Briteside. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Back live here at Camp Briteside. The chow is being served. So the players are getting going here, but we're joined now by number 16. It is Jack Perkins off of the freshman team, and he joins us live now here at Camp Briteside. Jack, I thought you were the JV player, just looking at height and size. Big freshman here. How much fun are you having the first year to wear the G at the high school level, to be playing on the freshman team? How much fun are you having, and how much fun is this team having?
It's a lot of fun. We got a good win over Eastview last night. It's just a fun time playing with my friends.
This early in the season, you guys get to play Eastview. How big is that, knowing that's the other school across town, to be kind of christened into that rivalry at the high school level? How fun was it to play against Eastview, and how fun was it to win against Eastview last night?
It was really fun. We had intensity off the start. We got barrels going in the first inning, and it just was really fun from there.
Did you grow up in Georgetown?
Yes, sir.
So you know that rivalry is big. So
yes, sir.
You've probably been looking forward to that for a little while.
I was, yes, sir.
How much pride is it to be able to now, as a freshman, to make the team and to put on that uniform each game? How much pride is there, and how much importance do you see in that as you go through the? Is that what I said? What did I say? I meant Jenkins. Calm down. Sorry. At least I took the mute button off this week. Jack Jenkins. Why did I say Perkins? Sorry about that. Sorry, Coach. And it's written right here, Jack Jenkins, on my notes. So, sorry, Jack. My bad.
You're good.
We'll fix it. We'll get it right. Uh-oh. Yep, right there. That's a good one. Sorry. Now the mic came. Coach stepped on the mic cord. Sorry. So we look back some of the stats for Mr. Jenkins here through the first part of the season. 20 plate appearances, 17 at-bats, a 4.12 average. Don't look at the questions. I can't have you ready for those rapid fires. A 4.12 average, 7 hits, 7 RBIs, 8 runs scored, 2 singles, 2 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. That's what I saw. So talk about this home run.
The pitchers were throwing really slow against Connolly, so I was just ready for it. So I was sitting back on the ball trying to drive something the other way, and it just caught a good barrel, and it went.
Got down the line or over the fence?
It was just down the line.
Cool.
Or it burned him center field.
Hey, that's all that matters. Against Eastview last night, kind of a rough game for Jack. He only went 3 for 3 with a single and 2 doubles, walked and had an RBI. So kind of an off night there against the rival across town, 3 for 3 with a couple of doubles. In that first base is your position, I assume?
Yes, sir.
Any other activity on the team? Can you fill in anywhere else? Are you on the mound?
I'm on the mound, and I play outfield.
So a little bit of everything. How versatile is this freshman group as you guys come out? Is it a lot of players can play a lot of different positions, or you guys seem to be honed into 1 or 2 positions?
We have a pretty athletic team, I'd say. So we can play multiple positions.
Growing up, anything stick out? Is something that someone would not know about you? What is one thing that a diagnosis you came up with or created as a young kid? You remember that and can tell us about that? I've got some inside scoop on it, so I hope you remember this. Because I'll have to ask your mom about this creation.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember?
I don't think so.
Okay, I won't bring it up then.
If you bring it up, I might.
We'll do it in a minute. What's a nickname?
JJ.
JJ. What about your grandfather?
Huh?
Baby Jack?
Oh, Baby Jack. Yes,
Baby
sir.
Jack. So a couple nicknames. See, that's the thing is we start to learn these kids and what they grow up around. You still get called by the nicknames JJ or Baby Jack?
By my grandpa, I get called Baby Jack.
That will never change.
Yeah.
That will never change. Rapid fire questions. 5 questions to ask. Quick answers. You have a second or 2 to think about them, but you got to give us a quick answer.
Yes, sir.
What is one thing that scares you the most?
Snakes.
Would it be throw up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate throw up.
I'm just curious.
It's really bad.
I might have heard about that too. Best Halloween costume you've ever worn?
I was a giraffe one year.
That's awesome. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Good answer.
Good.
Is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And what sound does a seal make?
I think about that one.
I'm still waiting for one of these freshmen to fire off a seal noise for us. Outside of recess, lunch, break time at school, what's your favorite class you're taking this year at Georgetown?
Coach Rose math class, for sure.
Shout out to Coach Durrell. What if we don't find you at the baseball field? We don't find you playing football. Heard you played football for Georgetown this year. Where do we find you refueling, relaxing, and recharging the batteries? What do you like to do for fun?
Probably at home or just outside running around with my friends.
Xbox or PlayStation?
I don't play any video games.
That's what I'm talking. Hunting or fishing?
Fishing.
Cool.
That's I think maybe the first player we've talked to that doesn't play some kind of video game. I kind of like that. I have both at my house, so I can't say anything. Depends on where Dave is.
Right.
If he's at work, it's the Xbox. If not, it's PlayStation.
That's right.
As you look forward, you got to Georgetown. What's a goal that you will set or have set for yourself as you go through Georgetown in your 4 years at high school? What's a goal that you look to try to achieve as your time at high school?
Make good grades and just continue to do what I'm doing.
Did you play GYBA, or club ball, anything like that before Georgetown?
Club ball.
Club ball.
Yes, sir.
What position in football?
Running back and linebacker.
Another Jet Walker in the making we could have. Just want to get it right before I let him go. Jack Jenkins, number 16, your freshman player of the week. Before I let you go, any shout-outs to give?
Just my family and friends.
There he is, Jack Jenkins, your freshman player of the week. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. It's going to be Colton Green, your JV player of the week. He'll join us here in a minute, live on the Eagle Nation Coaching Show. Back live, Camp Briteside, here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, and we have number 7 of your JV. It's Colton Green, the sophomore, joins us tonight. Colton Green is live with us. I'm just making sure I say it right, like Jack Jenkins. Get it right. On the stats, we just got a chance to talk about it here a minute ago while we were getting ready. 37 plate appearances, 29 at-bats, a 241 average, 7 hits, 6 RBIs, 12 runs scored, 7 walks, 8 stolen bases, and a first high school over-the-fence home run last week against Conley. How did that feel? And did you know it right when you made contact?
No, I didn't. I knew I hit it hard, but I didn't know it went that far.
This JV team, unfortunately, got upended last night to break an 11-game winning streak, go down 2-1. How much fun is this JV team playing? And after a stumbling block like happened last night, how do you guys get that right in the locker room amongst yourselves to be ready to go back to battle tomorrow night against an Eastview team that's going to look to try to get a sweep on you guys?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're all really good friends, so it's really tight bonding. So we just push each other every day. So today we pushed each other to try to get back on track.
In a game like that, how do you guys keep from letting that keeping you down? Is Coach Anzuris there in your ear to pick you guys back up? What's going through y'all's mind after a tough loss like that to get ready for the knowing the turnaround's short and to be ready for tomorrow night?
Yeah, Coach A is definitely there to try to pick us back up and get us on track. And then we're also there supporting each other too. Yeah.
In 3 games of pitching, Colton has thrown 2 1/3 innings to relief, 10 batters faced. He's only allowed 1 hit in those 10 batters, walked 3, struck out 3, a 143 batting average against, which is super impressive to see such a low number on the field. Coach Anzuris makes the lineup and doesn't put a position down. If you could pick any position, what's your favorite position on the baseball field?
Third base.
Third base. Do you like being on the mound, or is it just one of those, when it's my turn, I go take my time?
Yeah, it's more one of those. I mean, I don't mind it, but, I'd rather be out there in the field.
What makes third base? What makes you enjoy that? You enjoy the hot corner, the
Yeah.
ball coming at you quick? What is that?
Yeah, it's just quick. You got to react.
No time to think
Yeah,
about
always
it.
on your feet.
As a sophomore at Georgetown, in your second year playing baseball and wearing the G, how big is that? And you get the announcement, the note that you made the team. How much of an honor is it, and how much do you take pride in that and putting on that uniform each and every game to represent Georgetown?
Yeah, I take a lot of pride. I've lived in this city since I was a little boy, so.
Any other sports outside of baseball, or is it strictly baseball?
Yeah, I play football too.
How many dual sport sophomores do we have? I tell you what. That's
What position?
Outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker. So you're big, pitch, and you can get the ball from third to first fast.
So crazy on both
Makes
ends. He
sense.
likes to hit people from the outside and then be at the hot corner and take shots at him all day. It's pretty fun to be in that spot. Outside of baseball and then recess and all that stuff, what's the favorite class you're taking this year at school?
Probably science.
Who's the teacher there?
Miss Hodgson.
Okay. And what science is it?
Chemistry. It's just really easy. So.
Just remember that if y'all need any help, come see Colton with your chemistry questions. I will be reaching out when I get in my class ready to go for my degree. Rapid fire questions.
Okay.
But before I ask him, what's one thing no one would know about you that you, a talent or something you enjoy, something that no one would know about you that might surprise somebody? To put you on the spot.
Oh, no.
You don't know?
No.
Okay. All right, we go to rapid fire. You have a couple seconds to think about it. Questions you have to answer. Favorite number and why?
Probably 7 because lucky number 7.
What number do you wear in football?
2.
It's a little different. We'll work with that.
Yeah.
Luke Holly taught you well. Mix the numbers up. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Nickname your parents used to call you or still call you?
CG.
CG. Favorite home-cooked meal?
Steak and crab.
Wow. I like this guy's palate right there. If the toilet paper roll is really low but not completely out, do you replace it or do you leave it for someone else?
I get an extra roll just in case I run out.
Well prepared in the office. I love it. That's awesome. Outside of baseball, you're trying to refuel the batteries, recharge, and recoup. Where do we find you? Is it video games? Is it outdoors? What makes you able to relax and recover?
Probably hunting or golfing.
So I got to ask, is it PlayStation or Xbox or neither?
I have a PlayStation.
Okay. You play much?
I don't play a lot.
Golf and hunting. 2 good answers. I like them both. Any shout-outs before I let you go?
Coaches, teammates, and parents.
Get them all covered. It's Colton Green, number 7, your JV player of the week. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. It's varsity. Tate Ritchie, Hayden Grooms. I don't know who's coming first. It'll be Tate Ritchie coming first after this quick break. We'll be right back here at Camp Briteside on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Stay with us. Back here live, Camp Briteside for the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Early edition here on this spring break week. And a quick turnaround. Baseball tomorrow night at Eastview at Patriot Park. Come out to Eastview. Make some noise. Someone bring a bass drum or a snare drum or a trumpet, something. They had a mariachi band going last night in our stands until it got quiet once they went down by 7. But it was just...
Yeah, it was funny watching everybody start to filter
trickle
out.
out.
They were like, well, this is over.
And that's why I need to congratulate these young men on the varsity. Thank you. Because as the score continued to get out of control, their fans continued to leave. And it was fun to watch as they trickle out to one side and our fans stay and support you guys. So thank you for that. We're joined now by number 4. It's Tate Ritchie joining us live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, one of the seniors on the team. Don't be cheating and looking at my rapid-fire questions. I have to go with double-sided card on this. They just taught me a trick. Tate Ritchie in 49 plate appearances, 39 at-bats, a 205 average, 8 hits, 4 RBIs, 13 runs scored, 9 stolen bases on the season. Against Conley last week, 3 for 3 with 3 singles, 3 runs, an RBI, and 2 stolen bases. This year, Tate Ritchie, that name keeps popping in that lineup constantly. When that card comes across, you've earned this playing time. Working through your career, getting to this point, how much fun are you having in the senior year, knowing and feeling like you're getting that opportunity to shine and make a difference on this varsity team?
It feels really good. Last year my role was being a teammate in the dugout, and it was really good. I had fun with all my friends in the dugout. This year Coach V said, you're going to be on the field, and we trust you, and we're going to give you the opportunity, and I just stepped into that role 100%, and I love being out on the field with my boys and helping them in any way I can.
Moving around last night in right or left field, ended up in right field. Any position in the outfield bother you? Enjoy them all? It's just the opportunity to get out there, make plays, and help your team, or do you have a preference if you had one?
I just like where the ball comes to me. If I can make a play, I'll make a play.
You guys seem to be figuring things out, a lot of battles. I sat there actually last night after the game talking with my son about looking at the 6 losses. The number 3 team in 6A, the number 11 team in 6A, the number 14 team in 6A, the number 3 team in 5A, the number 25 team in 4A are 5 of the 6 losses. All ranked opponents, all good games. A total of like 7 runs total, I believe, in those 5 losses that separate from a 1 or 2 run loss. But now you guys come into district, outside of the 2 wins over Conley, then at Marble Falls, and then the big win last night. Seems like you guys are starting to find the stride. The bats are starting to come alive outside. Like Coach said, we get an inning and a half there going, but then we step right out of it. Timely base hits, running the bases, putting pressure on, and taking advantages of the errors. How much fun are you guys having now that things just seem to be clicking? You don't give up on yourself, so you don't get frustrated through those losses, but now start to see the fruit of all that work as it comes down to a 4-game winning streak and sit atop the standings in district.
It's really fun. Going through tournaments, we found out we can hang with some of those top teams, you know. We found out we could battle with them and start making comebacks, and they're pretty good teams. We were counted out all through tournaments and scrimmages, and now going into district, and we're a really good team now, and we're brothers, and everyone's got each other's back, so it's really fun going through that with them, and we know we can win every game if we all play 100%.
The game like last night, you go against Eastview, you're up 1-0, you go down 2-1. What's going through the dugout? What's the mindset in that dugout? Do you guys feel that stress, or do you feel like hey, it's time to come back out, put some more runs back up? How do you guys keep from getting down on yourselves? And did that happen last night? And how much fun was it coming back on them?
The first couple innings started off rough. We get in the dugout, I think it was after the 2nd or 3rd inning, and we always know something's about to happen when Coach V says, everybody stay here. We realized in that point, all right, boys, it's time to turn it on a little bit, show them what we got. And then we just turned on the jets from there and just stepped on the throat and let it off.
So, little struggles before district, but now you get into district, and nothing against any of the opponents, but there's a talent level. Obviously, there's a big difference in the talent. But how do y'all stay humbled and not have any hiccups through district and not get overconfident? How do y'all kind of keep that in the locker room? Do y'all talk amongst each other and be like, hey, you know what, we still go out there and handle each game, or how do y'all handle that? Not get overconfident, like, we got whatever, this is going to be easy.
We just go through practice every day like we're about to go play in the state championship game, and then we get on the field, we play our game, we play against ourselves. We don't play against the other team in the dugout, We just play against who we are, and if we can do that, we'll win every single game through district, I think.
For Tate Ritchie in his senior year, how much fun was it beating Eastview last night, 9-2, on the last time you'll play him at home? In your time at Georgetown?
It was really fun. Last year was a close game. We let them think they can hang with us a little bit. So this year, coming out there and putting up 9 on them, it really showed us and showed them who they are towards us. So it was really fun.
How excited are you about tomorrow night? Last year's game was an absolute thriller, going into extra innings with Kelly and I on the call, but I'm personally really looking forward to that game because we're at their house, and they want revenge. So how excited are y'all as a club to go over there? And
it'll be really fun. Hopefully we don't go into extra innings tomorrow night. We got David Fluitt pitching on the mound. He always shoves it for us. We'll put out our best defense and our best offense, and hopefully bang around Eastview's place a little bit, and hopefully it's not a close game, but it'll be pretty fun. It'll be fun playing with the boys.
Here in your last semester of high school, has it hit you yet that it's coming to an end, that it's all come to this point through all the 4 years that you're in your last semester at Georgetown?
Not yet. I'm starting to get that senioritis, or I stopped doing work around here, but Coach V keeps me on my toes about grades and stuff. No, it's just fun. I look forward to coming out every day with the boys, knowing it's my last year with the juniors, and probably the last time I'll see some of the seniors again. It's just fun coming out there and playing with them.
Any plans after high school?
So far, I got accepted to Tarleton University, really good school, and then I don't know if I'm going to go play baseball yet. I haven't figured that out yet. Yeah. We'll figure it out, though. Right now, I'm just worried about Georgetown baseball and how far we can get.
Good answer.
Golly, such good answers out of these kids. Did you prep them, Coach? Coach Payne must have got hold of them. All right, Tate. 5 rapid-fire questions that you tried to cheat on. Couple of seconds to answer, but they got to be pretty quick.
Yes, sir.
Mountains or beach?
Mountains.
Favorite movie? Don't be afraid to say it.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Haven't seen it. I don't watch movies much. Favorite cereal?
Don't eat cereal.
What do you eat?
Sometimes I don't eat breakfast. If I'm eating breakfast, it's probably pancakes.
Favorite day of the week?
Friday.
Friday. That's a common theme for this senior class. What's the fastest speed you've ever driven in a car? Save that one for varsity.
I've never driven. Fastest speed I've ever drove my truck is only probably gets up to 60, 70, but fastest speed I've ever ridden is my buddy's gotten up to 100 and then got pulled over right after, so good for him, you know.
Yeah, it's not fun. Drive safe. Just see how many kids are going to plead the fifth on that one. You're not on the baseball field. You're not in a school. You have a week off. What do you do to recharge? What finds you happiness?
Sometimes I'll be hanging out with my girlfriend, hanging out with her, going to do stuff. Other times I'll be hanging out with my boys, going fishing or playing golf. I like to whoop up on them and golf a little bit. I'm the better one on the team, so I like to take their money.
All the no's over here. What's your favorite course around the area?
I like the Georgetown country. They just did their green, so it's really nice out there. And then if we can get on Berry Creek, it's pretty nice. But this Saturday we're going to go play at Salado and have a little fun out there, so it'll be fun.
Mill Creek out there at Salado, right?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
yes,
fun
sir.
little course. It's Tate Ritchie, number 4, one of your seniors here on the Georgetown High School varsity team. Before I let you go, any shout-outs?
Shout out Coach Durrell. Shout out Chance Garcia. And shout out my parents.
Tate Ritchie, number 4 on your Georgetown varsity baseball team. We'll take a quick break. We'll get up number 16, Hayden Groups, right after this on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show.
Yeah. I'm the big homie. For those of y'all that don't know me, one and only, name another rapper this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking Bake Brody.
Back live, Camp Briteside. Nice to see the queen of Georgetown baseball, Macy Vieira, make an appearance tonight. Thank you for blessing us with your presence, Miss Vieira, Coach Vieira. Hayden Grooms, number 16, your senior third baseman. Would say senior baseball player, but you're going to find him at third base 98.7% of the time until he goes out to close the door in the 7th inning against somebody on the mound. Hayden, like Tate, we saw you in and out junior year, playing time here and there, and now we have a lockdown third baseman that had a great fall. You've earned this right this time, putting in all this work. How much fun are you having in this senior season, knowing that number 16 is in that lineup and you get to go out and contribute to this team and this school?
It's a little bit of a relief, but I'm enjoying it. I'm really having a lot of fun out there with the guys and competing and going and win.
Third base. It seems to be watching through the fall and seeing the numbers and now seeing you come around in the spring and during the district season now, you guys are seem to be clicking on all cylinders and things going so well for you as a team. In that, what makes third base your go-to? What makes it your happy place on the field?
It's the hot corner. You don't have to move too much like over there at shortstop. You don't have to be too mobile, but you get most of the big hits that side.
Sitting over there at third base with a shortstop like Jack Kiki over there, how much confidence do you guys have in each other on that left side of the infield, knowing the ability and talent that you two have, but yet to know each other and to know who's going to be where at the right times? How much fun is that, and how much confidence do you have knowing you have a second-year junior over there at shortstop in Jack?
I have full confidence in Jackson. Me and Jack are always communicating over there and making sure everyone's covered. I'm covering his right side. He's covering my left side.
Let's look at some of the numbers here for Mr. Grooms. Through 61 plate appearances, 53 at-bats, 302 average, 16 hits, 11 RBIs, 8 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. Don't run a lot.
I got the red light.
Driving in people. He said it, third base. He doesn't have to move a lot.
Nope.
But when you're driving in 11 runs, you don't have to do much. Saturday at Marble Falls, a highlight game so far. 3 for 3 on the day, a double, 2 singles, a double, 3 RBIs, and a run. In games like that, are you just wanting to get back to the plate when things are just feeling right, you're feeling the pitching? What's going through your mind when it comes to that next opportunity? Like, hey guys, get me back in the box.
When you can find a day when you can hit anything that's thrown at you and it's consistent, you look forward to every plate appearance.
How do you guys stay up in a game like that on Saturday that gets added to the schedule? A late night Friday night coming home off the road, up early on the Yellow Dog, headed to Marble Falls. How do you guys stay up and stay prepared for that to make sure that you guys working on that aspect to be ready for the playoffs?
We just look at it as another opportunity to compete and show what we have and go win.
The future for Hagen Grooms.
Yes, sir.
There's a commitment to the next level.
Yes, sir.
To continue your education and to continue your baseball playing days. I believe it's McMurray.
Yes, sir.
And Abilene.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that, and what was that process like for you in the recruiting process, and what led you to McMurray and that decision?
I'm really happy with my commitment at McMurray. I really feel confident in the coaches and the investment that they have in the team and the players and recruiting around the team, and they made it feel like home.
McMurray University.
Did you grow up here in town?
I did not. So I moved here my freshman year from Tennessee.
Okay.
And just played high school ball through here.
You played summer league and all that throughout growing up?
Yes, sir.
What part of Tennessee did you move from?
Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee. It's just outside of a little town called Cookville. It's just down the road.
Oh, yeah.
If you know where Cookville is, you can find Nashville. Just so you know, it's not real small. Hayden Grooms. If we don't, let's see, your senior year.
Yes, sir.
You're wearing the G. You've been here all 4 years in high school. It's coming down towards graduation. How much fun are you having in your senior year, and how much are you trying to soak in and absorb this time, knowing come June, it's time to move on to the next level?
I'm really enjoying the team that we have this year. Everyone is bought in, and it's a brotherhood that we all get to enjoy. And when it's like that, it makes a great environment full of competitors who want to go get after it and go win. And so that's been really fun to watch and be around and be involved.
Tell us about the heckling in the dugout. We've had a lot of fun at the Conley game with the Crows and everything. We didn't hear as many Crows during Eastview, but is there kind of come up with some plans? Like, do you research the other players and try and think of maybe what their nickname is, or just to throw them off? How does that?
It is just it's unorganized. It is just whatever flies out of your mouth. As long as it's appropriate, it goes.
Is there like an informal leader that's like, all right, come on.
The POs are in charge of that. The POs are the leaders through the dugout chants and stuff.
Have you guys as a team noticed that there seems to be more of an effort out of the third base coaching box this year on foul balls by Payne to try to stop those and save you guys from running down the fence line or anything?
He's just reliving the glory days, trying to get back in it.
How much fun? What's it like? Difference. That's one thing that you've been around in 4 years to have Coach Vieira, because we look at it from a different view up in the booth and seeing it and people noticing, hey, wait, Coach V has always been in the third base box. This year he's in the dugout with you guys. What kind of changes that make, or do you guys like that? And the fact that now there's constant awareness going throughout the game and he's able to make adjustments on the fly and not being trapped out there?
Well, at first I was not a big fan of it. I was missing quite a few signs and couldn't seem to find V in the dugout and pay attention. But now it's really nice to have him in the dugout to be able to talk to us and give live game information to us and get it to us quicker and make adjustments to go.
In your senior year, how much fun was last night winning 9-2 over Eastview in the final home game against them in your Georgetown career?
It's always good to get after them. That's one of the, not to make it more important than the other games, but that game has more weight to it, and it's always good to protect that crosstown rival.
How's that handshake line after? It's kind of one-sided, it seemed, last night. A lot of excitement from one and heads down after a 9-2 beatdown on the road. We go to our rapid-fire questions. There's a theme in the varsity. Every age group, freshman, JV, and varsity, have one question that stays the same. The varsities is going to be simplistic because David Fluid helped me choose this one because he said, cool, I can answer that one. And so we established that one. I think you know which one we're talking about. You'll get it when you get up here. So we'll go with yours.
Okay.
Rapid fire, 1 to 2 seconds to answer. Favorite cereal?
I'm going to have to go with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ooh, good call. PlayStation or Xbox?
Neither.
Man, this is a theme this year.
No time.
A lot less gamers. Just saying. Nickname your parents used to call you, or do call you?
As a kid, they called me Monster.
Hey, the rapid fire questions come to a stop here for a second. Talk to us about Monster. Because that's going to come out Friday night or tomorrow night at Eastview when Monster steps up to bat wearing number 16. Talk to us about this nickname. And I'm curious because my 23-year-old son, from the age of 2 to now, is still Monster to the family. But we try to introduce him like, that's our son Monster. He's like, Dad, I have a name. It's Simeon. And so what brought about Monster?
I wasn't the easiest kid to raise. I was quite the ruckus, and that's the nickname I got from them.
So have you finally fallen into line and they can let off that, or?
I still get it from my pops. He always calls me that. So.
Fair enough. Wouldn't be right for you to take all the fun away from him and hone his parenting skills. From 1 to 10, how hot do you like the shower water?
About a 7.
That's fair. And then I went with the other question that I gave to Colton Green. The toilet paper roll, it's almost out. Do you change it or leave it for somebody else to be the victim?
Leave it.
Exactly right.
I got one more.
Uh-oh.
Maroon or burnt orange?
Burnt orange.
I'm seeing a lot of maroon tonight.
Burnt orange.
You know.
Hey, guess what? This dude's going to a university that wears what color?
Maroon.
Exactly. It's number 16. It's Hayden Grooves, one of your seniors on the Georgetown Eagle varsity. Shout-outs for let you out here.
Mom and Dad, David Flewitt and Seagar, and coaches.
Tomorrow night, you could come out to Eastview, see the Monster in the lineup. He'll be there. It's Hayden Grooves, one of your Eagle varsity players. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick time out. We'll
Thank
bring
you.
Coach V back up. We'll get ready to close it down. It's the Eagle Nation Coaches Show live from Camp Briteside. Stay with us. Back live, Camp Briteside, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. And I'm glad you said that because I wouldn't have looked at my phone until we were done. We'll read that here in just a minute. Coach, how do you, as we look forward to tomorrow night, it'll be on the road at Eastview. One coach at Georgetown at one point, I'll leave him unnamed, made the statement, both teams have had to win for it to be called a rivalry. Georgetown has dominated in this baseball head-to-head matchup between Eastview and Georgetown. And Georgetown, Eastview has had some talented players. You look at Mason Pullen, you look at Asher Kirchhoff, and some of these players out there, and they have the talent. As the coach of one of those schools, how much fun is it, and how much do you build, and you guys build into that tradition of it's two schools from Georgetown? Do you want to be able to claim the dominance? You want to be able to claim the rights for the season and for the run of winning? How much do you guys build into that, or do you just take it away and it's, hey, it's an opponent, we're playing the game of baseball, they just happen to be wearing an EV on their hat?
Yeah, it's a delicate balancing act, right? Of you want to continue to build that tradition of the rivalry between the town of Georgetown and then Eastview, and you want that to continue to grow for the sake of the game inside the community, because when the game means something in the community, it's going to develop both programs and continue to keep things moving in a positive direction for the game and the town itself. So you want to be able to continue to feed into it a little bit that way. And then from the clubhouse side, it's another baseball game. I know that you know the guys that are over there. I know that you have really good relationships with those guys. I have a great relationship with Coach Pullen. I remember when his boys were born. Coach Pullen was a coach at Georgetown when I was a player here, so I've known him for a very long time. And so I understand that side of things, but at the end of the day, you're not playing against Eastview, you're playing against the game of baseball. And ultimately, the game of baseball is hard enough as it is. And so to add pressure of I have to beat that guy and put a name on a face that's on the field, it adds to it, and ultimately it makes the game something that's not. So we spend a lot of time talking about we're competing against the game of baseball. We're trying to compete against ourselves to play the best that we can possibly play, and then ultimately just allow the chips to fall where they may. And
the kids talk about that.
Yeah.
The kids look forward to it. They they have that pressure and the desire to talk and have the bragging rights for the season, for the game, for the head-to-head. How do you keep that balance tomorrow night, now going over to Eastview to go to game 2? Last year, a 10-inning ball game at Eastview at home. It was a bottom of the 7th walk-off to win it in 2 tight games. To have a 9-2 game, how do you keep them focused for tomorrow night and not let that just celebration carry over, but lock back in to try to go 4-0 in district?
Hey, the job's not done. The job's not going to be done until the last game's made, and then we can say that our job is finished for wherever we're at. And I think this group has done a really good job of keeping the main thing, and that's focusing on the next 21 outs that we have to go get, and the next 21 outs we have to be able to score as many runs as we can. So this group has done a really good job of staying focused and prepared for where they need to be. And I'm not overly worried about these guys feeling like they've accomplished something yet, because I think that they firmly believe that they have not. They have not achieved what they've set out to achieve yet, and they're still hungry to go get more. So it's been really fun to watch these guys continue to grow and develop and continue to stay hungry and want to work and want to get on the field and compete.
You might be able to give us some insight on this. I've been curious about this, but how does Coach Dean handle this week, Tuesday and Thursday? It's got to be one of the most exciting weeks other than, during the football season and the baseball season, this rivalry between the two teams. Does he chat with you a little bit, chat with Eastview coach a little bit, or just kind of let y'all be and do your thing? But
lets us go get after it, and hopefully has something good to put on social media about the good things that are happening inside our district. And, he's a supporter of what we do, and it's a good guy to have in your corner.
Yeah.
What do we expect out of Eastview tomorrow night? Asher Kirchhoff went last night for them. Do we know what to expect on the mound for Eastview and what they're going to throw at you tomorrow night?
Yeah, they're going to give us a quality arm. It's one thing that they have quite a few of. They're going to give us a guy that's going to be able to fill up the strike zone and give us an opportunity to be able to compete. Ultimately, our guys are just going to strap up and compete and figure out how we can get runners on base and string together quality bats.
Quality at bats may be a lot of fun tomorrow night because I believe the winds are going to be about 4 to 5 miles an hour. It's going to be a pretty calm night tomorrow. The winds are shifting back out of the south, so this north wind won't be there.
Thank God. I'm tired of feeling like I'm about to blow away.
Yeah, should be a beautiful evening tomorrow night.
Amen.
After tomorrow night, the guys get the weekend off, I assume, spring break. We have no Saturday game scheduled. How do you keep them roped in, ready to go to get right back at it next week and against a much improved Elgin team in a 2-game series?
Yeah, it's we require a lot of our guys from August until hopefully June. And so when we do get these opportunities to be able to step away for a few days, want them to step away for a couple of days, to be able to let their bodies recover, take some time away from the game, enjoy some family time, enjoy some time at the lake, and maybe do some fishing, some things like that, and just kind of step away to be able to recover, relax a little bit, because once we come back, there's no more Saturdays to be able to have off, and our guys are going to continue to keep pushing until hopefully we make that run for Dell.
Speaking of taking a break, letting their bodies heal, how healthy is the team right now as we get to this point? 3 games into a 14-game district season. How healthy is the team, and how is that helping right now in the productivity and the options that you have in the dugout? Yeah,
guys are in a good place right now. And not too banged up at the moment. Got guys that are feeling pretty good for the most part, and just ready to get on the field and compete.
Georgetown plays tomorrow night, 7 o'clock over at Eastview. A long drive down Highway 29 at Patriot Park. Come out and join us at 7 o'clock first pitch. If you can't make it to the stadium, join us live here on the SHN Sports Network. We'll have a 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock first pitch. I believe Dave will be there with me tomorrow night over at Eastview, and we'll bring the game live to you. And then we'll take the break until Tuesday night, and we'll play at Elgin on Tuesday night.
Shout-outs.
Yep.
Shout-outs. I got my beautiful bride here.
The queen of Georgetown baseball.
Always keeping me grounded, making sure I don't screw anything up too bad. My niños are here somewhere running around, acting like absolute savages, I'm sure. But it's great.
Are you actually going to take a couple of days to enjoy some family time, downtime before the next run through the season begins?
Yeah, the honey-do list is creeping up, so we got some things we got to knock out. She's playing Betty Homemaker at the moment. She's hanging up some curtains and some things for Mercer's room and taking care of some things on that side of stuff. But she was out there knocking out some yard work yesterday, so she's a jack of all trades. I mean, we had to buy an electric mower so that she could start it and run it. So
It's my favorite.
that might be the best investment I've ever made. I haven't had to mow the house yard since. It's brilliant.
I've got one at my house if you get bored. Just so you know, I mean, I got an electric mower. You can feel free to come over and use on mine. 16 Mile Angels. All of you are aware of what they continue to do for Georgetown baseball, but it's time to get the tickets. Get your tickets for the 5th annual casino night. It's April 12th at Berry Creek from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's okay if you come in smelling like baseball because we have a 1 o'clock game at Lake Travis. We'll be back in time, maybe a little cologne or Axe spray to get you in the door. But don't miss our surprise guest and fun night together. Get your tickets early before prices go up on April 1st. All proceeds go to help build an even better Georgetown baseball program. 16mileangels.com or something like that. What's the Facebook website? What? I don't know. And at all the games, find baseball moms, and everyone has the information. But get your tickets. It is a fun night. It is a great time to go out, and so we might could get a mobile shower system in there. I don't know. But Coach scheduled a great game at Lake Travis, which will be a good contest on a Saturday over at Lake Travis at 1 p.m. And then make your way over to Berry Creek for the 16 Mile Angel Casino Night on April the 12th from 6 to 10 p.m. Make sure you join in the fun to keep supporting Georgetown Eagle baseball. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, it's Eastview. It's Georgetown on the road to take on the Eastview Patriots. Thanks for joining us tonight here at Camp Briteside. To the staff, to the wait staff, to the owners, to the managers, to everyone that makes it possible. Thank you to Camp Briteside. We appreciate you each and every week hosting us here for the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. And we will be back next week on Thursday night. We'll be back in kind of in a systematic run after the spring break ends. It'll be Elgin on Tuesday night at Elgin, and then we'll be at Camp Briteside on Thursday night, home on Friday and Saturday for the baseball. Tate Ritchie, great job tonight, buddy. It's good to see you. Georgetown baseball tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Come join us at Patriot Park. Coach, as always, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Thank
For
you.
Dave Ingram, for Jordan Vieira. To our players tonight, Tate Ritchie, to Hayden Grooms, the 2 varsity players, to Jack Jenkins and Colton Green. Thanks for joining us live here at the Eagle Nation Coaching Show at Camp Briteside. Have a good night, everybody. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind.